Hi guys! Hi, how's everyone doing today? I hope you've all had a wonderful day so far. I did mess with my audio settings a little bit. So I was noticing it was still sounding kind of grainy, but I wanted your guys' opinions. To me it sounds a lot better, but I still want some feedback. Oh my god, look at that little alien dance. Damn. Also, thank you for the resubscription bone. I will throw a brick at Urbane for you. It is my favorite pastime. But no, I think it sounds a lot better now, honestly. But, I don't know. You guys hear my voice almost every day. I'm sure you guys could tell better than I could. Trying to think. I keep saying, I need to stop that. So, small update on the health stuff, and post-surgery and all that. The glue is coming off, like I was talking about yesterday. It is fully off one of the incision sites, like halfway off the rest of them. Oh my god. Why is it so uncomfortable coming off? Like, I don't like this. It's like the same level of discomfort as having the drain in was. I'm gonna be completely honest. But I gotta deal with it because I'm not allowed to pick at them and make them heal faster. I'm not allowed. New reward, Kimmy not allowed to say for 5 minutes for every 10 silverfish cashed in? No. That would have to be a bit routine. Oh, give me just a second, guys. Sorry about that. The Isopod just got home and was offering a chip. It was a very good chip. The 7-Eleven brand kettle cooked chips, and it was white Gouda. It was very nice. Goes to shake the mantis. No, don't shake me. I'm just a little guy. Oh, there is a new bit reward today that's going to be permanent. So we have the jar reward, as you guys already know, that puts me in the jar. But we now have the free chat reward that takes you guys out of your jar. Because you guys keep asking me, let us out. You want out? You just have to press that button. God, I said it again. This is bullshit. But no, I've also got a couple of plans for next Wednesday. No, it's turned off while I recover. Same with the spots. I'm sorry. But hold on, let me open up the books so I can tell you guys what books we're gonna potentially go over on Wednesday. So, one of the ones we're most likely going to go over is called Insect Encyclopedia, A Planet of Insects. It's geared towards, like, young to mid-age teens and that kind of thing, so I think it'd be a nice one to ease us all in. Uses a lot less taxonomical terms, goes over how they are and act in their natural environments, just gets you used to how many different species of insects they are and all the subsections of species within those overarching species. Another one we're gonna go over, more than likely the one we go over after that, is going to be Essential Entomology Overview. That is going to be the one we go over next. Then after that, I think we'll do the insects and outline of entomology next, and then go into insect morphology and phylonology. I think that's the order of operations we'll do it in. Drink some water. It's okay. But that's like 4 times in a row. You need some water, dude. But No, so I think that's the order that we're going to do these books. And if you want to do any reading ahead, that's perfectly fine. Let me know, and I'll give you, like, the names and the authors, because some textbooks have the same names, and you have to search it with the author specifically, and that kind of thing. So if you wanted to do some reading ahead before Wednesday, just let me know. I do not mind helping. Yeah, that's... Okay, my bad, I'm over here. You missed us talking about what books we're gonna read together. You're gonna learn, people. You're gonna learn about bugs. So many bugs. I'm in their bean back chair upstairs. About to get ball knowledge over here. Yeah. I'm very much looking forward to it. Oh, they were asking about the dancing demon jar. Okay. Yeah, no. Peachy's not on stream today. I'm sorry. No. I'm very excited. Because, like, the closer it gets to Chud showing up, the more excited I get about that damn grub. I'm not gonna lie. I'm very excited. And, okay, I posted about this on Twitter, but it's more than likely going to be that Chud ships out on Monday. Because of the heat wave that's been going on where the breeder is. It's been, like, consistently over 95 Fahrenheit since I ordered the damn thing. But, Brian, come on. Catch up. Sorry, we hurt really bad today, so Brian's taking a little bit to catch up. I ended up using his name as Chud. It makes me giggle. It makes me giggle as well. The name was picked by the chatter who bought it. But once we get the little baby, we're gonna be doing an unboxing on stream. Silence the peachy noise. I said, no. But we're gonna be doing an unboxing on stream. Which means that honestly, if it shows up before my normal stream time, I'm streaming early that day just for the unboxing. You guys will get like a 5 minutes. Because, okay, here's the thing. To get my live arrival guarantee, I have to have it opened and pictures or video evidence of the grub being dead sent to the breeder within 3 hours of confirmed delivery. So it's gonna be one of those, I can't just sit there and wait till my normal stream time. We gotta hop on, unbox it, just to make sure so I can get my live arrival guarantee. You know? Like, because this is also true of any animal that you ship. Because of how the postal service is, there's a very real possibility that any animals you have shipped via like FedEx, UPS, USPS, doesn't matter who, will not live to arrive, you know? Like, it happens. And like, there are multiple steps taken to help prevent that, but it can't be like outright guaranteed that it won't happen. So a lot of reputable breeders for any species that get shipped, be it fish, reptiles, birds, bugs, what have you, have their own policy on live arrival guarantee. Like, for instance, the breeder I went through, free chat, okay, hold on. You are free. But for instance, the breeder I went through, they have a setup with their policy with the live arrival guarantee that if you choose overnight shipping, which is like $80, you get live arrival guarantee no matter the temps, no matter how long you take to open it, the whole shebang. It gives you like extra guarantee. Oh, time for me to go in the jar. Okay, hold on. Where is it? There. I gotta make it bigger. The last person in it was Peachy. Also, hello Edmund! Welcome in. Hold on. Sorry, I gotta resize it. There we go. But, so like, a lot of people have entirely different live arrival guarantee, but most of them it's a very similar policy. You have to have evidence within 3 to 5 hours for most of them. It just depends on the breeder. This particular one wants 3 hours. Does thou need aid in the Mabel quest? Not currently, but thank you. I really appreciate it. No, we finally got our shiny charm last stream. So we're doing a shiny hunt with our charm today. Guys, the last couple of hunts we've done without the charm took a good while. But no, thank you. I really appreciate it. Why are you staring at me? Finally, we can breathe. No more stinky chat here. Not my fault. You guys are stinky. That's your own fault. Have you heard of deodorant? It's a really nice invention. I love it a lot. Yummy books. No! Don't eat my books! How could you? I was going to share wonderful bug knowledge with you guys. I'll have you know, Oshi, I shower every day. Good! Good, keep that up. Would offer a challenge, but so many people have rejected it that I don't know if it's worth it. That's fair. I've already got a target in mind for today, so I'm probably gonna pass on it. I'm sorry. But no! Don't eat bugs! I'm gonna eat books right in front of the jar. No! Let me out of here! You guys are so mean to me. You're so mean to me. Eating all my books. I hate y'all. But no, I do. Come on. Looking at the mantis enclosure. Let me out! Or feed me good bugs. I will accept that as well. Challenge random streamers to battles, and if they prove to be good, I give them a free shiny of their choice. I'm not much of a battler, personally. Honestly. I like Pokemon more for the creature design aspect. That's why I'm, like, super big into creature catchers, like Howlworld and Cassette Beast and that kind of stuff, too. I'm not really into the battling. Like, I mess around on, Champion sometimes, but I'm silly with my all bug team. I don't take it seriously, you know? But I appreciate the offer. I also prefer getting shinies on my own when I can, because I'm working on a living shiny dex right now. And I pride myself in majority of my decks being self-caught. Like, there's a couple that were gifts, just because they were from distribution events, and I did not have access to those. Battler, I hardly know her. You got it, Bone. Yeah, no, I think I've yapped enough. Right, hold on. I'm freeing you guys. Putting myself in the jar. There you go. I'm not putting my wings away, though. Fuck you guys. Bonehead, I challenge thee to a joust. Have fun. Have fun jousting. I still want to joust in my wheelchair. I think that would be so fun. Oh yeah, the Gulpin was here. Hello, Gulpin. Hello. You're my friend now. So, the target for today was actually requested by Peachy. Kill him? No! I'm not gonna kill Gulpin. Gulpin's just a little guy. But no, today's shiny hunt was requested by Peachy. I'm gonna look on the map to make sure I'm going the right way. Yeah. Wait, am I? Yeah, it's all the way over there. But I am going to walk there. Because I have heard people talk about how ridiculous the shiny charm is in this game. And I want to see for myself, if it's like, as busted as people are saying. Because, like, I know people were complaining, oh, if you walk anywhere, you're gonna find a shiny. Because, like, I do get wanting shininess to, like, still be rare and that kind of stuff. But, like, if it's that big of a deal, go play a full odds game, you know? Like, go play a pre-shiny odds cut game. Like, Gen 5 or back, baby. It's not that hard. Or, like, if you really want hard shiny odds and you want to do it on Switch, Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. The shiny charm is so fucked up in that game, it doesn't even work, dude. Like... And oh, the shiny charm's forced on us. It's literally not in this game. Or in ZA. Not ZA. Or in, Scarlet Violet, actually. The Scarlet Violet, you just don't have to collect it, you know? Just like with ZA, you could just leave it sitting there. I don't know. I personally think it's one of the things people complain about that just makes no fucking sense. So we did not get a sparkle on the way here. That's fine. I'm not looking for instant sparkle. So our target are these little cuties at Peachy's request. I don't really want to do the tower because I don't know. The tower method in Area 3 kind of fatigues me. So I think we're just gonna fast travel. I like that a lot better, honestly. I spent 402 hours just for shiny and Arceus. Oh yeah, dude. I fully understand. We spent God knows how many streams trying to get the shiny Scolipede on our team. Little man. Everybody was so sick of me shiny hunting by the time we got him. And then we spent a good time, I think we spent like 6 streams, and then I didn't even get it on stream. Because like all these huntings, all these shiny hunts I also worked on off stream, getting Shallot, the Shalfa Camerupt, which was a reclaim of a random Shalfa Camerupt that we fucking missed. We killed it and didn't catch, so it despawned. Got Spiritomb in my first playthrough of Brilliant Diamond. Nice. I'm trying to get my shiny Spiritomb for my decks in PLA. Just because I like hunting in Arceus so much. I think it's fun. It's 6-7, yeah. Very funny. After the 3rd gem? Hell yeah! It's always fun getting early game shinies. Because then they're like your buddies the whole playthrough. You know, oh, that's a big baby. Look at that big baby. Oh. I'm so glad. I'm so glad you got your bit back. Thank you for the 6-7 bits, Sucho. It wasn't a shiny. Oh, I misunderstood. That's my bad. That's my bad. Hi, Kit Kat! Thank you for checking. Everybody say happy birthday, Kit Kat! Oh, you guys want to know some bullshit? I have to start saving up for a new computer chair. Because mine's been making all kinds of weird creaks recently. And I've checked the bolts and everything. Everything's tightened. Like, it made a really weird sound on blue screen, so I went and checked the bolts on the bottom to make sure they were tightened properly and not, like, over-tightened, too. Nothing's wrong. Everything's exactly where it should be. It's just making noises that sound like they came from the pits of hell. But I found one that I really like. It's like $250-ish. So I'm gonna... Love how you're doing my shiny request. Yeah. 486 base power, my bad. Yeah, no, I know, in Gen 4, Spiritomb is, like, god tier levels of shit. I never played the original Gen 4 games. That was one of the gens that I ended up skipping. I played Gen 1 through 3rd as they came out. And then I didn't have a DS when Gen 4 came out. And I got my DSi. I had the blue one. I still have it. I got my DSi when Black and White 2 came out. So I didn't get back into it till Gen 5. And I'm recently playing through the first Black and White games. I'm also going to play through Platinum at some point. But my first experience with Gen 4 was Legends Arceus. And then afterwards, I got Shining Pearl. Trying to remember which one it was. But no, so I found the new chair that I want. It's one of those that you can sit crisscross in, and it looks so comfortable, honestly. I did put it on the throne just so I can like slowly put into it, but if you guys want to put into it too, you can. Obviously, absolutely zero pressure. Please do not if you cannot. I do not want you guys putting yourselves out because I will be able to afford it once I go back to work. I'm just on medical leave right now until like it's either the 1st or the 2nd week of August I go back. I do not remember. But no, because this one's starting to creak, and I'm gonna be honest, this one wasn't as nice as the review said it. Oh, you good, OBS? I just watched OBS chug in real time. Damn. Yeah, that was on OBS's end. I don't know what went on there. It said something about maybe lower your video quality, but like, girl, you've never had it. Did I turn on my computer fan? I did. For those that are new, I have a laptop and you have to manually turn on the extra fans. Have a good day. Thank you. You too, Edmund. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, if you'd like to join the Discord, there is the link. We tend to stream Pokemon a lot, so if you're interested in it, you can swing on by and enjoy the streams with us. Thank you for that, Bone. How many of y'all think we're gonna phase? Because, like, there are only 2 spawns of our target in here. And then there's all these other spawns. Oh. Oh. Def kind of phase now. Hello, Mothman. Hello. I think if I do phase and I got to like choose what I phase on, which, you know, I won't. I'd like a Pikachu. I'd like a Pikachu very much. I'm guessing the door doesn't work because of the distance. No, it works. The tower method honestly makes me so fatigued. Like, I have more fun, like, fly resetting than I do just holding one direction on my Joy-Con. Working with lime today, so now my hands are all sandpapery. You need to get a good hand cream if you work with lime a lot. Oh, hello. But no, this is just more fun for me. I know the other method's more efficient, but I take fun over efficiency. You know, with the way motherfuckers were talking about the shiny charm in this game, I thought I'd, like, arrive. Arrive. Shiny. Glorp. Alright, you were a little glorp. Glorp Deo. I'm so sorry. Why are you sorry? Did the night just change the spawns? Let me... Nope, none of them. Glorp. Glorp, glorp. This is glorp shit. Where's my pink Esper? This is glorp shit. Where's the other Esper? Hold on. There it is. He's so small. He's so small. Esper is silly hunt because it didn't feel good and wanted you to get the new shiny. for the stone they put enough. You just want to see the shiny mega. Understood. Oh my god. Out. Ooh. Yeah. Oh, baby. P. I love that fat ass Gigantamax Pikachu. Just pee. You know, I am very excited for us to do Bug Talk next week. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I'm like, I don't know. Are any of you chat like scared of bugs? I think it'd be a little silly to be here. I'm joking. I know I'm like very non-bug-like for being a bug tuber. I'm gonna be honest, how little bug features are on this model is on purpose. I did want part of my whole thing with streaming and like being a bug tuber and that kind of thing to like help people understand bugs better. And the cuter you look, the easier that is, you know? But I didn't want to be, like, so cute that I lost my own identity. Oh, there's a big baby. And ironically, still more buggy than a lot of bug tubers, yeah. I think it's the flesh fangs that help push it, honestly. Cause I got big fangies, but I've also got the flesh fangs, and I think it's reminiscent enough of mandibles without being like, oh, scary mandible. Don't get me wrong. I'm planning on getting a fully bugged out monster girl. Oh, hello. That's not it, is it? I think that's it. I think it's the P. Yeah, that's definitely a P. Oh, it's a girl! It's a girl! It's a girl! Into the cute ball. Into the cute ball, yes. She has come home with me. Alright, guys. Got nature guesses for the girl? Wait, where is the other? Where are you? There you are. Alright. Who's got nature guesses? Alright, we got adamant, modest, quiet. Mine's gonna be quirky as always. A quirked up little white girl. Yeah. Timid. She is timid. Just a timid little girl. And somewhat vain. And she's very cute. Very cute. There are non-shiny mons in my shiny box. We almost have, including the ones in our party, we have over a full box of shinies. And I think that's pretty cool. Little shy baby. Yeah, yeah. But no, we got... And so maybe the shiny charm is a little crazy in the game. Because, like, that was pretty fast, dude. We've only been on ZA for like 15 minutes. That is pretty fast. Was close with quiet, but not close enough, yeah. No, the hunt for the little pink baby continue. No, I've got a couple of things I'm saving up for right now. Like, the biggest thing I'm saving for is Mine and Blue's wedding rings. I'm very excited. That item went from not working like intended to actually good. Yeah. First on the list is Mine and Blue's wedding rings, and now chair, but, you know, that's not going to be as bad as the other stuff. And the big thing I'm saving for is the new PC. Which I know you're all excited about. All are excited. Oh. Angry flower. No, okay. But, we are still going with Hein-Sidht for our PC. And they've got this really cute grape juice box. It's so cute. So I'm planning on doing that for the case. And I'm putting like 8 terabytes of storage in that bitch. Why do I need so much storage? Video editing. And art. I don't know if 8's enough, honestly. Honestly, I was debating on putting more. But I feel like if I put any more than 8 terabytes, they're gonna email me and be like, are you sure? Is this the build you want? Trying to start saving for my own wedding, but like, I'm bad at saving money. That's fair. I need more storage for mine. Yeah, more storage is always good. And like, on top of the 8 terabytes that are gonna be in my computer, I also have a 4 terabyte external hard drive that I use. I love that song, bitch. I love it so much. No, I never feel like I have enough storage on any device. But no, so the next step is that, and I'm going all AMD with it. Not doing any NVIDIA in it, not even the graphics card. After the decisions they've made, I cannot bring myself to use NVIDIA ever again, honestly. Like, if it's in my console, that's one thing. I don't control what gets put in the consoles. But you know what I do control? I control what gets put in my own fucking... And from now on, that is AMD or bust. And like, don't get me wrong, I know when it comes to like the actual functionality of it, NVIDIA is generally regarded as better for graphics cards. But I'd rather have what is considered a subpar piece of equipment than like stray from my moral. You know what I mean? I'm one of those people that if a company decides to like do something that's heavily against my personal morals, I just don't vibe with them anymore. Yeah, no, I was trying to say it without bringing up the actual reason. I was trying to be vague on purpose. No, you're good, you're good. But no, so Blue did state in the chat the reason why I will not be using NVIDIA ever again. I don't care if they wake up tomorrow and change their stance because, you know, people voted with their dollars. I still fucking refuse. They made the decision once, they could make it again. And if AMD makes the decision too, I'm fucked. And you know what? If that's the case, that's the case. I'm like, I was not planning at all to get a Switch 2. Because around the time the Switch 2 came out, Nintendo was doing some shady stuff, is the best way to put it. And I was not happy with the direction the company was going. They've turned it around since then. They are currently the best of the 3 companies for, like, consoles. The 3 major companies, I should say. I know there's, like, other consoles and console-likes on the market, but I got mine as a gift. And, I mean, like, it was Papa Mantis. I can't really look at Papa Mantis and be like, no, I don't want this very heartfelt gift that you got so we could all play Mario Kart together. You know? Because, like, my dad is very much, he loves playing video games with me and my little sister. Like, absolutely adores it. In fact, we're more than likely going to be playing games with him tonight. He texted earlier during Blue's stream, just, you guys want to play games with me? Because, you know, Kit Kat's not at home right now. So Dad's lonely, and I'm like, of course, Dad. Of course I'll play games with you. But, like, most of the time on the weekends, like, Saturday, Sunday, Friday nights, too, generally, we'll be playing games with Dad every night of the weekend. Because, you know, that's when he's off, and he loves spending time with us. And to him, getting the Switch for us was another way for us to all spend time doing something we enjoy together. Like, he really loves doing Mario Kart, Mario Party with us, that kind of stuff. And he's also very much a big gamer himself. He has been since he was a kid. Him and my mother both, are, like, really big into the gaming scene. They're both the reason that I got so attached to gaming as a hobby and as a pastime. And I love being able to do this kind of stuff with them. Now, Mama Mantis, I don't get to play these games with as often, because she's not, like, super big into co-op games. She prefers playing her, like, JRPG and that kind of stuff, and, like, she adores Skyrim. It's, like, her favorite thing to do to unwind. She'll play some Skyrim. But she's still huge into video games, and she was one of my first introductions to it, when I was really little, with a game called Monster Rancher and Monster Rancher 2. I adore those games. They got me into the creature catcher genre, because I played those before I even played my first Pokemon game. I loved them so much. And my fondest memory of them, honestly, is experiencing my first death in the game. Because it was me hanging out in the living room with Mom. Mom was, like, prepping our lunch, I'm pretty sure. It was either a lunch or a snack. I don't remember. But she was, like, prepping some kind of food thing for both of us to share. And I was playing with my very first monster I made. Because, like, you could use CDs and DVDs to make monsters. And you could also, like, get base monsters and combine them to make cooler monsters and that kind of stuff. But no, so where was I? I had a Hopper Tiger mix, and it was so cute. It was a Hopper base with a tiger coat and a little horn. And this was in Monster Rancher 2, not in 1. I didn't like 1 as much as 2. 2 was cooler. And I sent them on an expedition. They were way too weak to go. Like, adult me now knows. They were way too weak to go on an expedition. They were like, baby. But I was like, oh, it's on sale? I don't know what this thing is, but it's like 50% off for the month. Let me go do it. And then, like, week 2 of the expedition, because it's broken up into weeks. So, like, you'll do training for, like, what would be considered a day in most games nowadays. And it takes them a whole week and you go to the next week. So, like, you basically get 4 days per month to do shit. So it goes over to the second week of the expedition, and there's this monkey. And it smacks the shit out of my Hopper. And the next thing I know, Hopper had to come home early. It has a severe injury. I don't know if it's going to survive. And then week passed, and passed, and passed. And my dumbass, this is gonna be the part that you all laugh at me. I thought it was going to recover, so I saved after it returned from the expedition, so I couldn't even go back to save Scum. I couldn't. And that traumatized Tiny Me, I'm not gonna lie. Absolutely traumatized me. I think about that goddamn Hopper every now and then, and I'm just like, damn. I really killed my best friend. Shit. But no, I was with my mom most of my childhood because my parents are divorced. A lot of people have divorced parents. It happens. You know, people don't work out like they think they're gonna work out. it is what it is. And honestly, as a child of divorce, I think it's for the better interest of the kids to divorce rather than stick together just for the kids. I think it's better to divorce. Like, it's better to have 2 separate households and 2 Christmases and 2 birthdays and all that shit than it is to live in a household full of, like, fighting and disrepair. But I was with my mother most of the time, and my mother, she tried her best. She really did. She did absolutely everything she could to keep a roof over our heads and food on our table. But we didn't have, money for fun stuff. So I got a lot of consoles, like, really late into their life cycle. I got my first Game Boy Color at the age of, I think it was like 8? 7, 8, somewhere around there. It was after I went back to living with my mom after living with my dad for a little while, because we lived in Kansas for a little bit, and I lived with my dad at that point. But, no, I got my first Game Boy Color then, and it came with a copy of Silver, and that was my introduction to Pokemon. And then I got an old copy of Blue from one of my mother's exes, that I really, really enjoyed being around. It was his old copy, and I played the shit out of that. I still liked Silver better, but, like, I'm very much if you introduce me to a series, I want to play all of it kind of person. So, like, I had my first Game Boy Color when everybody else had, like, Game Boy Advance SP, that kind of shit. I got my first Game Boy Advance whenever everybody was moving on to the DS Lite. Like, it's just how it was, I wasn't upset. I still got to play all the cool games, I just had to wait. It's not like, I was wanting for anything at that point. I had a very fulfilled life. I spent most of my days catching bugs and lizards. But no, I'd spend most of my days catching bugs and lizards and that kind of stuff, because for a lot of my childhood that I lived with my mother, we lived with my late grandmother. Not Papa Mantis's mom, but Mama Mantis's. I loved that woman so much. I love both of my grandmothers. They are the apples of my eye. Absolutely adore them. But we lived out in like swampland in rural ass Texas. Like, closest grocery store was 2.5 hours away. Rural ass Texas. Like, anytime my grandmother had an emergency and needed to go to the ER, she had to be life flighted to get there in any reasonable time, kind of shit. But we had, I think it was like 5 or 6 acres of land, somewhere around there, because my grandpa did motorcycle racing. And he had a little dirt track in the back that he tested his bikes out on, because he built custom parts and that kind of stuff. He made money after retirement building motorcycle parts and repairing people's bikes and that kind of stuff. And he did the senior circuit a lot. I loved doing motorcycle stuff with my grandpa when I was little. He'd teach me how to help repair them, how to build parts, that kind of stuff. And I loved spending so much time in his little barn. Because it wasn't really a garage. It was like this little tin barn in the backyard. And I loved that time with my grandpa so much. I have very fond memories of it. It makes me sad to see how he's deteriorated. He's still around. I love him to bits. But he's not the same man I used to spend every summer and every day after school with. That's the best I can put it. But no, so it was a lot of land. It was very swampland. And, we didn't have many animals or anything like that. Like, there was a point that we kept chickens. There was a point that we kept rabbits for, like, for, like, county fairs and stuff like that. Because, it's extra side money. And it's also food. But we didn't really keep, like, major livestock or anything like that. So we let brambles grow and all that kind of shit. We had bushes, we had trees, and we had a bunch of, like, different plant matter and shit in the backyard. So there's always bugs. Always bugs. And cool little lizards. I was 100% the little girl at the pool that would find the anoles and put them on my ears like earrings. I was that child. They make very cute accessories. Very cute. But, no, and like, my absolute favorite bug in the whole world, was that a sparkle sound, or am I crazy? I think I'm crazy. My absolute favorite bug in the whole world is cicada. Because living out in the swamps, every single summer, the start of summer, you just hear the beautiful symphony of all the cicadas and the frogs singing right along with them in the middle of the night, and it'd be such a soothing sound. That shit would lull me to sleep every summer night when I was like up through until I moved into Houston. Because there was a time in my life that I lived in Houston. It was after my late grandmother passed away. We couldn't stay in the house anymore. It's a little hard to talk about, I'm not gonna lie, but it's because my grandfather, during his senior circuit, he had a really bad crash, like ended up in a full body cast, and my aunt decided that it was for the best if he moved up north with her, and made him sell all of his motorcycle stuff and everything. So he had move up, and couldn't keep the house because we couldn't afford to keep it. And it was falling apart anyway. Foundation was ruined. The septic was absolutely fucked. One of our bathrooms, the toilet didn't work and the shower worked. The other bathroom, the toilet worked and the shower didn't work, kind of stuff. And like, don't get me wrong, Grandpa going up north was what was best for him and what was best for his health, but it didn't it didn't make little Kimmy hurt any less that my grandpa was leaving, and I didn't know when I'd be able to see him again, because it's all the way across the country. And I loved that man to bits. I have such fond memories with him. He was, honestly, think of the stereotypical Southern grandpa. Just think of the most stereotypical Southern mechanic peepaw that you can. And that was my grandpa. I loved him so much. Sorry, I get a little weepy talking about him and my late grandma, because, like, they were absolute holes. Grandpa was one of those, I don't want no animals in this damn house people. And he was definitely, like, the dad that said he'd never like your dog. And my grandma, she loved having animals. Towards the end of her life, before she, like, fully cognitively declined because she got both Alzheimer's and dementia, it was a rough time. She was like, "Hun, I want a puppy. I want a dog. I need somebody to keep me company while you're in that damn shop of yours all day." So he grumbled and complained the whole time, but he put on his boots and drove her right to the shelter the second that woman said she wanted a dog, because he loved the absolute shit out of her. That was his wife. Nobody was ever gonna get between him and how much he loved her. It was so sweet. He doted on her as she declined. There was a point that he couldn't watch anymore, which I fully understood. It was really hard for me to watch too, because of how much I loved my grandmother. I ended up, because my mom was working like 3 jobs at that point to help support everything with all of grandma's medical bills. I ended up being the one to, like, take care of her every time I was out of school. And there was a lot of times she didn't remember her actual age. She thought she was a teenager again. So she'd, like, do catty gossip with me and that kind of stuff. Tell me about when she was younger, thinking that it was something from just last week. And, like, it was nice to get to learn more about her and about her when she was younger and that kind of thing. But God, I wish it didn't happen that way, you know? I don't think anybody wants to see their parents or their grandparents go through that disease. It's awful and it's heart-wrenching. But I made sure she was happy as she could be until she had to go to the hospital. Because it was just one day she got so bad because she had shingles. because, you know, she had chicken pox when she was younger. It happens when you get up there if you have chicken pox. And her shingles really, really bad. And one day she had a horrible flare-up, and she had to go to the hospital. And that hospital bed was the last time any of us saw her. I still miss her so much every single damn day. But, before she went to the hospital, during one of her little moments of clarity, she ended up giving me her ivory necklace. She had this necklace that was ivory's. That was the first thing my grandfather got her as a gift. And I'm planning on wearing that to our wedding. That way, I know I have a piece of her with me. I don't know how this topic got so sad. I'm sorry, chat. But no, I love that woman so much. And God, I love my living grandmother so much too. Both of them were instrumental in raising me, because both my parents had to work a lot. Because, you know, we were definitely not well off monetarily. We were poor. We were poor. I'm not gonna put it nicely. And I know the main reason my dad had to work so hard is because his wife at the time was in nursing school, you know, and it was alright, I will support the household so you can get your education, and then we can be a 2-income household and everything will be better. Because, you know, that's just the kind of person my dad is. He supports everybody as much as he can. So, because of how much he worked, and, you know, my parents being divorced, a lot of my weekends with dad ended up being weekends, with my grandma on his side. And I love that woman so much. She is the reason I'm quitting smoking. She doesn't know I'm quitting yet. She still thinks I smoke. She still thinks I smoke because it's a surprise. But no, she's the entire reason I'm quitting. I promised her years ago that the second I was stable on a medication that actually helped with my mental issues, I would quit. Because she fully understood and still understands that I did it because of my mental issues, and that being the only coping mechanism I had at the time. But she still didn't like it. She didn't want me doing it, because of how detrimental it was to my health. And, like, I'm not gonna make my grandma worry about me. She's already got so much she's gotta worry about with her own health issue. I'm not gonna make her worry sick about my ass. I love her too much. The less she worries, the longer she's around, you know? So, I'm gonna surprise her at the wedding. I'm gonna be like, hey grandma, guess what? Guess what? No more cigarettes! I quit! Because I haven't, is that another shiny Pikachu? Hold on. I haven't smoked a cigarette. No, I'm crazy. I haven't smoked a cigarette since, like, I don't remember. Sometime early last year. It's been over a year since I've touched a cigarette. It's been a long while. And, like I was talking about in the server earlier, I'm almost to 0 nicotine. Like a year and 6 months, I think. Yeah, that sounds right. The last time I smoked a cigarette was when we went to see my mother, because I was just in so much goddamn pain from those flights. 3 separate flights in one single day while being chronically ill is not a good idea, Bessie. Not a good idea. You quit, I think, after... Yeah, I had decided I was quitting after you left from your visit. And then, I ended up having another, some more cigarettes when I went to visit my mother because of the flights. 3 separate flights being not chronically ill was too much. That's fair. And then when I got back, no more cigarettes. And I haven't touched one since. I still crave them sometimes. Like, you can ask Peachy. I'll, like, randomly message her. I went to Newport. And Newports weren't even my cigarettes of choice. They were the cigarettes I started with. Like, my first cigarette was a Newport. I'm not gonna tell you guys what age my first cigarette was at. But my first cigarette was a Newport. So I think that's why I've been craving them. Because, like, that first taste hooked me back, baby. But, no. My doctor, though, because I have a shrink, obviously. My doctor, has told me that, like, because of how hard quitting is, verbalizing whenever you want one while you're trying to quit helps. Because, like, you let your brain know, I'm craving this. Your brain lets you know, I'm craving this. You verbalize you're craving it, and then you don't give in. It's supposed to help with the process. And, like, it's been helping. Because I'm not gonna lie, after my first shift at the Mickey D's, I was really craving a cigarette. I was really, really craving one. And the gas station is literally right next door. I could have walked over and bought a pack of Newports right then and there. But I didn't. I didn't. As much as I wanted to, because I was like, I've got a lighter in my purse. I always have a lighter in my purse. That's a habit that will never die. You keep going, you're stronger than this. It won't feel better afterward. You don't know that. It might feel great afterward. But no, so like right now, is that a shiny Pancham? Hello. Is there another shiny? Because I didn't see the sparkle. Hello, shiny Pancham. I was hunting for you a while ago. You never shined for me then. You're coming home with me? Ha ha ha. I got to Pancham, so that's phase 2. Still no Esper. No, and I know, that one of the reasons I told you guys that I was working on the wedding was so you guys could help hold me accountable. Because I know if one day I come on stream with like, hey guys, don't be mad, but I had a cigarette today, you guys are gonna yell at me. You're gonna yell at me. Right, okay. Any nature guesses for Pancham? I'm gonna go quirky as always. Sassy. Okay. We got a sassy. Feeling sassy as well. Quiet. Okay. Okay. So we got sassy, quiet. 2 sassies, a quiet, an adamant, and I'm quirky as always. Careful. They are careful and lost in thought often. She is very cute. Into the shiny box. But yeah, I know you guys are gonna fucking, like, absolutely bite my head off if I ever come in here like, hey guys, I made a little oopsie. Little nicotine oopsie. Just a careful little girl, yeah. Careful little punk child. Well, right now they aren't being influenced by dark types, so she's just a little tomboy. I'll fly out to you and glare at you. If I smoke a cigarette, Kel's gonna fly out here. See, here's the trick. I do it like the week before the wedding, so Kel comes out for the wedding. I'm smacking the shit out of you in October if you did. I'll try back out there just to shake you. Yeah, but no, I've been doing really good. I've also been hitting my vape less, as I'm sure you guys have noticed on stream, because there's a lot less pauses. Nope, I'll come after the wedding, but you'll still come visit. Yippee! Kel visit. I'm sorry for crying on stream earlier, chat. I don't know why that all kind of spilled out of me, but it did. It happened. I'll come visit anyway. You should come visit in October. Oh no, Kimmy has emotions. Whatever will I do? I know. I shouldn't have those. I'm just a bug. Shrimp check and stretch. Okay. But I'm just a bug. Yes, I'll hydrate. Yes. Oh, I really need that stretch. Stinky bug with emotion. Tell Varrock you don't want human emotions, he'll fix it. No, he wants me to have human. He wants me to be human. That's the whole reason he did this. I was just vibing, eating bugs in this library. But no. And I'm sure he regrets his decision now that you guys constantly try to eat the books in the library. Now that you guys constantly try to eat the books in the library. Because now he's got more pests. I taught the bug apathy. Can't even complain about my human emotions because I asked for it. Yeah. But no, I didn't want this shit. I just wanted to be a little bug. I just wanted to continue living and eating other bugs. And maybe eventually having an Uka. I'd rather not have human emotions, but I couldn't love my wonderful wife. Yay. Yeah, Peachy's got it right. This guy is hell. I am gay for Kimmy. Wife guy, final boss, fight me. Oh, wife guy. Wife guy, will you do me a small favor then? Would you procure slices of the pizza for me? I hunger. Wife guy? More like wife gay. yeah, two's fine. Don't gotta heat them up or anything, I like it cold. I'm so hungry. What I really want, I cannot have, because I really want another McFlurry. Those have been hitting, but it be what it be. Thank you, husband. I love cold pizza. Yes, cold pizza the best. I'm the best around. Nothing's ever gonna get me down. Cold pizza share, please. Hell yeah. Wanna know what I've been craving? What have you been craving? God, I haven't had it in a while, you know. Cold pizza the day after it's hot is great, yeah. Oily cheap food court pizza. No. I hear your oily cheap food court pizza and I raise you. Cheap food court cheesesteaks that they put the sriracha mayo on. Gonna have to stop at Aldi's at some point and see if they have that cauliflower crust pizza you sent me. Yeah. Knowing damn well it'll piss off my GERD. Yeah. No. The place is like called Charlie's, something like that. It's like, it starts with a CH. I know that, but like it's at every single mall. I miss the simplicity of telling my family no after they ask why don't you heat it up as I eat leftovers. Yeah. Yeah, I know what they're talking about. Hell yeah. I love that place. Like, okay. I went to the mall a lot. It was a good ass hangout spot when I was a young adult and that kind of shit. While I was living in the city. And even before I lived in the city, I'd go to the mall a lot. I'd get dropped off or like ride with friends' parents and that kind of stuff. And we'd just, hang out there all day. It was quite literally a mall goth. But I'd always have like some money saved from like my grandma giving it to me on the weekends and that kind of stuff. And I'd get food court food. It was either food court Chinese, because they give you so much for so little money that I can usually take it home and like eat it for the next day or two because of how much is in there. Or those fuck ass Philly cheesesteaks that were definitely not Philly cheesesteaks. With the sriracha mayo and shit, they were so good. Where is the other one? There you are. I have so many fond memories of loitering around the mall, minus my face didn't take a Coca-Cola can, yeah. Where are you? There you are. Thank you, husband. I have the colds off. Husband also has cold pizza. He has cold black olive pizza. I have cold grilled chicken, spinach, and broccoli pizza. I love black olives. Me too. Me too. But yeah, no, I agree with Mom. That story is kind of funny. Because I could just see your friend turning around and be like, oh, hi! And then you on the floor. Weaponized handbag, yeah. I have a photo of the can. Oh my god. Also, I promise, chat, I don't eat with my mouth open. My model does. I do not. Let's see. I swear to God, Pikachu's in the Shino me every single time. Every time without fail. Can we eat like an iPad baby? No! I do not. Where is... There it is. Okay. Mama Gang was picking her up from the mall because she was old and kind of decrepit. So Mama Gang pulled up to the sidewalk to pick her up. Cops started harassing her right as Great Grandma Gang came out. She came up and whacked the shit out of the police officer with her big old lady handbag until he pissed off. That's funny. It was funny as fuck. Never actually got to meet her myself. I got to meet my great-grandma. At least on my dad's side. She lived to be like 98, dude. I loved her a lot, too. I have a lot of fond memories with her. My favorite thing was you could very easily tell if she didn't like something. Or, like, doesn't like something you said, didn't like an outfit you were wearing, your new haircut, that kind of thing. Because she'd just look at you with this lemon-sucking face. You guys know what I mean when I say a lemon-sucking face. But every time without fail, you always knew when she didn't like something. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. At her age, she has a right to be ornery. She outlived 3 husbands. 3! We constantly joked that she was stealing the life force from them, and that's how she was still around. We all loved it. It was genuine, like, jokes. It wasn't like, I'll get this biddy out of here kind of stuff. Sorry if that one was busy. It was a very tough trust. Do you guys think we're gonna phase again, or do you think we'll finally get it? Because, like, you guys know, I've been hunting for this little guy since he came out. I love that little pink guy. Stretch him! I never got a chance to know any of the older relatives, only my grandparents. I regretted knowing one of them, yeah. Okay. I do think we're gonna wrap up a little early today. Because I hurt really bad. And I want to be able to play games with my dad. So I want to conserve spoons. We will end at med time though. So you guys have me for like 10-ish more minutes. Because I still want to hang out with you guys. And I still need to push myself. But I don't want to like overdo it, you know? But no, I've had a really good time with y'all today. I know I've been yapping nonstop. I got a lot of energy because of how excited I am about Chud. I love bugs so much, and I haven't had like a bug as a pet in so long, man. And this will be my first time keeping a beetle, so I'm really excited about that. Also, the big monster you drank, yeah, but I was like full of energy. Yeah, Blue went to the gas station we go to for milk because they've got their own like dairy farm and do glass bottle milk. But he brought me home a big monster as a little treat. So I got to enjoy that. It's been a while since I've had a monster. Actually, Blue, when you're done eating, do you think you could put a raspberry tea in the freezer for me? That sounds really nice. Thank you, dear. Really appreciate it. Oof. Did I remember to text Dad yes to playing games? I will find. Oh, hey, look, we phased. Let me. We phased. We phased, guys. It's a girl. Yoink. Anything else over here? Oops. No? Yeah, that's how I feel. Oops. Oops, Litleo. Big baby, yeah. You only catch girls. The girls love me, and that's not true. That's not true. So Duelist is a girl, Candy is a girl, Bijou is a girl, Hemlock is a boy, Little Man is a boy, and Shallot's a girl. I don't only catch girls. I have 2 boys on my team. I'm inclusive. The girls do love you. Yeah! The girls love me. Gender reveal. Gender? I hardly know her. I'm very disappointed in myself. I'm sorry, chat. Big Alpha Esper. Yeah, it's so cute. If only it was pink. See, for the Esper, I am hoping it's a girl when we find the shiny. I am hunting for a girl specifically. If I get a boy, I consider it a phase. That's Chud gender reveal gonna be peak? Yes. It is. Because we can, since he is at his 3rd instar, since they're at their 3rd instar, we can find out the gender as soon as we unbox them. Because, okay. A little education for you guys before Wednesday. On beetle grubs. For most beetle grubs, it is very easy to sex them once they get to the 3rd instar. Mistakes can still happen, because there are still cases where, like, gender dimorphism kind of fucky-wuckies. But, for the most part, if you look at the second to last segment on a beetle grub, if you see a white V shape, it is a male. If there is no V shape, it is a female. Some people refer to it as a triangle, but it is more of a defined V shape than it is a defined triangle. But we will know as soon as we unbox Chud what Chud is. It'll be great. It'll be great. Sick ass fact, thank you. I only learned it very recently. No, I've been doing a metric fuck ton of research on keeping in anticipation. It's like I said, this is my first beetle. I don't want to mess anything up, man. You know, especially not in the grub stage. But I'm very excited. And I'm very excited to share Chud with you all. I did add a camera onto my throne that is specifically for Chud. It's for the Chud cam. It's like $40, but I put it up on crowdfunding. That way I could like slowly add money to it. Or like if you guys wanted to throw $5 at Chud cam, you could. Anything? We phase on a Shalfa female Chud cam, best cam. Yeah, and it's also one of those like pet cameras that lets you monitor it on your phone and stuff too. So I could get like silly recordings of Chud doing night flights and that kind of stuff to post in the server for you guys. And if it ends up not working like as a webcam like it should, I still have my current like webcam with a tripod that I can use for Chud cam. You guys will get Chud cam regardless of whether or not that one worked out or not. I hope it does, because like people in the reviews said it would, but that doesn't always mean it will. Because I want a higher quality camera for Chud cam, because like my camera is kind of shitty. It was like $15-20. It was originally meant for like online PC and that kind of stuff when I was trying to get into Vanguard. Twinkie actually bought it for me. Bought one for Blue too, which was very sweet of me. Like, yeah, you guys want to do online Vanguard with us? Here, that way you can use actual cards and stuff. Because at the time, there wasn't anything for Vanguard like EDO Pro for Yu-Gi-Oh! Or that kind of stuff. There is now, which is pretty sick nasty. Is that, or am I just... I think I'm crazy, but that seems very odd. It is. It's another Gwirl. So, he phased again, chat. He phased again. We never did... Oh, it's bedtime. Oh, we never did nature guesses for the Litleo. Hold on. Okay. Alright, chat. Nature guesses for the Litleo. Also, let me... Bedtime. I'm gonna go quirked up as always, especially because she's white. That is a Caucasian line. She is a quirked up white girl, in my opinion. Let me take my meds before I do this, but I'll switch over to her. Look at her. That's a quirked up white girl. So we got timid, bold, sassy, and quirky. Another bold, alright. She is bashful. This is a bashful girl. Alright. Now, for the next Pikachu, the next little girl, Pikachu, I will again, quirky, as always. What are your guys' guesses for her? Adamant. Okay. Okay. Quirky, bold. Okay. Quiet. Good. Okay. Right, let's see. Naive. She is naive. Is wide to move. We're gonna make this box a shiny box. Oh. I dropped them. Whoopsie. Gonna make this box a shiny box too. Because that one's full. But yeah, those are our last two catches of the night. Shit! 4 shinies in one stream. None of them are target. 4 shinies in one stream. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. We can save our progress. And... you know what? I think we will try to raid into somebody who's also playing Legends ZN. This to the side. Raid somebody we don't know. I think it'll be fun. Let's see. There's somebody trying to get the shiny Venipede. You guys want to go? Yeah, of course you guys want to go. Make sure that they aren't ending our and Okay, yeah. They are not endings. We are good. We are good. Let me get the raid started. Alright. Thank you guys so much for coming out. I cannot wait to do Dynamax Adventures with all of you tomorrow. Be sure to let me know if you're interested in Dynamax Adventures. Let me know so I know who all is going to be in the call with us. Okay? I love you, Stinkies. Thank you so much for coming out today. And bookworms, please be nice to Miss Melissa. They do not know this person. Do not eat their books. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, bookworms. And as always, be kind. Bye.